image 2, text 2, text 2, and then the slip cover will go here. I'll turn that layer on right now so you can see that. Because my computer's running a little slow, so we'll see what's happening with that as we go. My slip cover is over here. It's supposed to be over here, so I'll move it here. Slip cover, of course, is the last thing that we're worried about, so I'm just going to turn it off so you don't see it. But if you want to, go ahead and set up all five artboards. All right, I'll turn off the slip cover for now. All right, our next thing that we're going in, you guys are now getting ready to enter your text box. Please don't try to type sideways. That's not what I want you to do. You also have the template. The template is you're not going through the same steps as a clipping mask. There's no clipping mask or anything. You're just simply fitting your text onto the template, not into the template, because your text is just simply sitting on top of the template. If you look over here in my layers box, of course, you'll notice that some layers have nothing on them. That's because if you notice, once I click on one object, the other objects are selected. That just once you group the artworks, all of them are going to appear on one layer. But we'll get to the grouping in a minute. No grouping just yet. Right now we're going to work with simply just working with the text. I'll come back with another video for the grouping, because that's when you guys are going to set up everything for the printing. All right, for the text box, I'm just going to zoom in on this particular text box at the top here. All right, and don't worry about my type here. This is called lorem ipsum, just a filler text. It says nothing, but it's set up like real words would be set up. Right now, if you look, this is a actual text box. This is not you coming in and starting to type outside of a text box. Like if I were to type the original original line design here, that's not what I'm doing here. For this particular piece, you are actually drawing a text box. So you would draw your text box. Doesn't matter what color the text box is or whether or not it has a fill. You will come in, and the next thing that you're going to use is the area type tool. The reason we're using the area type tool is because I want to be able to align the type to the left, so that you don't have a ragged edges on the right. And we cannot do that if you do the regular, just come in and do a regular type. So we want to do a type in area. So once you draw your box to type in, you simply choose the right tool, which is the area type tool. I'll say it again, the area type tool, not the regular type tool. All right. With the box drawn, you click in the upper left hand corner, and you'll begin to do your typing. Now, for those of you who have already started your typing, you can just simply copy and paste your text into a box. And so I'll simply go in here. You're titling each one of your works. So each one of your works should have a title. Digital illustration, because we are making digital illustrations. You did work in for Illustrator CS5. And then you come in and you start typing your description. All right, so let me show you the difference between doing this particular box and this box. This box, if I rotate it, notice that the type rotates with it. Over here in the area type box, the text will actually move with the box. Don't worry, I have a step for that. Once you finish typing in everything, I'm going to type a little bit more over here. Actually, I'm just going to copy all of this and put it over here. All right. So once you finish doing all your typing, you want to make sure that your type is selected. You want to click on the paragraph tab in the control panel, and you're going to click on the justify with last line aligned left. So your very last line will always be aligned to the left, and it gives you the straight edges. Let me see if I need to make my text box bigger. If you see a plus sign, usually you need to make your box a little bigger. That means that you have more text. So you can resize your text box to fit the template. You're just clicking and dragging. Your text will move with it. So what I suggest is you're doing all your typing first. Don't do this next step first and then tell me that this step does not work. You do all the typing first. You want to, you may even want to finish all your typing and make a copy. Like let's look at my, let's look and see what I have. You notice that I'm working in the canvas. Here, I'm not working on the template. I suggest go ahead and do all your typing in your canvas and then make a copy of the actual type to put in the template that way. Because once you do this next step, there's no stepping back. It's done, it's finished, you'll have to retype everything. And since I haven't proofread anything that you guys have written, and I go in and I see some very huge type errors, I'm going to want you to go in to adjust those. So right now, once you have aligned, you've typed everything in the area type box, and you've aligned everything. Your next step is to go to Object, excuse me, Type, my bad, sorry about that, Create Outlines. Now, this particular step turns your type into more or less objects that you've drawn. So it becomes like another piece of artwork. Each letter is like a piece of artwork. It comes with all the anchor points. Right now it's type, it reads it as a letter, and it reads it as groups. However, when you go to create outlines, you'll notice that everything's selected and you see every little alphabet has a lot of anchor points. Alright, but when you click off, it don't matter. It hasn't distorted your type. It just let you know that now it's outlines. So now, when I do the actual rotate, notice that it rotates, my letters rotate with my box. So I am going to go over that once more. Even though you can rewind me, I still feel the need to repeat myself. I'm going to undo this, go back through the steps. You are making a type box. You are using the area type tool instead of the regular type tool. You're clicking in the upper left hand corner. You have to click in the upper left hand corner. Then you begin your type. And when you're finished, I'll just put some little blocks here, little dots. Once you're finished, you want to make a copy, duplicate the duplicate the copy, and then you leave the original there because you may have some typos. Once I read it or another student reads through it, you may have some typos. You cannot come back in and change the letters once you have gone to create outlines. So once you make the copy, you're going to type, you're going to create outlines. So now it becomes more or less an image than type. So when I rotate it, the letters go along with the box. Over here, if I rotate, I'm showing you the difference again. If I rotate here, notice that the text is going to move. We do not want that. And I think you guys should have that. Just rewind if you did not get the steps. This little movie is shorter than any other movie because I don't want to go through the grouping and all that stuff. I just want to make sure that everybody gets the text done. Don't forget that you have to give your artwork a title. You're giving it a date. You're giving it what medium you've used, which is a digital illustration, which we know it's a computer, and we have Illustrator, which is the application that we completed the artwork in. Okay, and that's it. Don't forget, let me step back. Don't forget artboards. You have 5 of them. You are naming them. Image 1, text 1, image 2, text 2, and slipcover. Don't worry about my layers over here. They look different from yours right now because I did have all artworks on the individual layers. It's just when I grouped, all images go to one layer. Okay, so don't look over here and say, well, Ms. Anderson, I don't have all her work. Don't worry about it. You will get to this particular step. I don't want to put too much on you at once. Hopefully everybody is here and everybody is excited about completing their portfolio. Okay, and that's it.